If I ever get dementia, I hope I'm treated like this. Hello, welcome to Nicole's Reflections. So, when I do visits out in the community, whether that be in a person's private residence or whether it's in a community residential setting, I like to acknowledge the people who live there. I don't just rock up and get a quick update from the nurse or the next of kin and then crack on. You know, I like to respect the people whose home it is. And sometimes that's about, saying, hello, my name's Nicole. I'm here to provide this service. And, I don't go into too much detail, but what I tell them is usually reassuring. It also lets them know what services are available to them should they want them. But there's another example. For instance, when people are maybe blocking a doorway, or a person's blocking a doorway that I want to get through to access, maybe to get an update from somebody. And I can't get through there because there's a lady standing in front of it. So this is an example from the other week. And I just said, oh, hello. And she seemed distressed. So I just said to her, you seem a bit out of sorts. And she sort of mumbled, yes, dear, I am. And I said, oh, that's hard. And she turned around and she looked me square in the eye and she said, yes, it is. And I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I said, I tell you what I find helpful when I'm feeling out of sorts is I like to watch the birds, go out into the garden or sit and watch the garden from indoors, get out in nature. I said it grounds me, makes me feel calmer. And she sort of like mumbled something along the lines of me too. And I said, well, how about we both go and find a nice comfy chair by the garden window and maybe that'll make you feel better. So she accepted my invitation, and en route we did get some questioning looks from people wondering what on earth I was doing. Well, basically, I was treating her as another human being, as we should, and with dignity. Oh, and no confrontation. So just an example really about bringing humanity into our practice and our approach. So that's all from Nicole's Reflections for now. Remember, when words escape us, touch says it all. Ta-ra for now.